Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, December 12th. Group coaching call today. How are my friends? How's Julie and Christy?
Good.
Good.
Good. Anybody want to start out with any victories over the last week?
I cycled twice this week.
Yay! Is that your highest so far?
Except for at the very beginning. Yes.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get that going continuously.
Yes, I was very happy to see that. So yes, that's motivation to continue on.
Well, and to shoot for the 5-cycle bonus, because when you hit 5 cycles, you get $250 and you get to hit that bonus twice.
Oh, nice.
So shoot for 5.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay. And Julie, you have a victory. What did we do on Saturday?
Oh, you mean serving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We served at the mobile food truck, so that was awesome.
Yeah. And Debbie was there. So hopefully next time we do a team serve, we can get the momentum going and get more people on board. But I thought, other than my feet freezing, that was a really fun opportunity.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I actually was talking to my networking group, and because they like to do a community serve once a quarter, and said, I don't know how Dave got the mobile food truck, but somebody should contact him, because we have 20 people in the networking group that all own businesses, so they could do it in front of one of their parking lots. And
yeah, I think it has to be at like a village, like a neutral location. I'm not
okay,
but I think that's usually what they do is village halls, things like that. But I think we're planning on trying to do one in the summer too. So yeah.
Okay. Let me know, because I'll pass that on to them too.
Yeah, I think that's something that can be, but yeah, they should for sure reach out to Dave and find out the logistics.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I want to talk about really like forging forward to 2019. So, of course, I was at Lifetime today, which means I get to listen to Chris Harder. And I'm going to be sharing a podcast that he did. So on Mondays are his long podcasts where they're like 50 minutes long. And on Thursday are his My Two Cents, where they're 5 to 10 minutes long. They're much shorter clips. And his My Two Cents from last week were 12 tips as we head into 2019. And I love it because they're almost all mindset tweaks, and they're all very simple things that all of us can do. So I'm going to probably throw out a challenge for people to listen to that. I haven't decided if I'm rewarding a prize or not for the challenge, but I also want to focus on, a lot of people get in that mindset that, oh, it's the holidays. Nobody enrolls in December. I've had plenty of people roll in December. Some people gift it to themselves for Christmas. Some people tell their loved ones they want it for Christmas. Some people want to beat the New Year's jump, like beat the New Year's resolution. Other people just want to get started so they're not feeling crappy by Christmas. So don't succumb to the idea that, hey, we're in December, nobody's going to enroll till January, because there are plenty of people who do enroll in December. And it is that planting of seeds now. So I really want to make sure everybody is being consistent in, how are those business hours that we talked about back in September? Are you doing putting that, whether it's a 15-minute power, segment, or an actual power hour or a 2-hour power hour, and really look at reaching out to people and tuning up your ears, because I think a lot of us get caught in that, oh, I don't know anybody. But if you really listen, like when you're helping your kids out for their Christmas parties at school and you hear mommies say, I am exhausted, ding, 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 that listen for the clues and try and open up a conversation as simple as, hey, I may be able to help you with that. Can we talk later? That the more we tune up our ears and just make it an easy ask, I think the better we'll be. And we all have lots of parties, festivities, gatherings in the next 4 weeks, through New Year's, that planting those seeds now are what's going to lead into fruition in 2019. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Okay. So, did either of you get a chance to watch the Own Your Life video that I shared and tagged you guys on?
Yes.
Is that with Lori Olson?
Lori and John, yes. And what'd you guys think of it?
I thought it was good. I felt like a lot of it was stuff that I'd already heard and listened to in other videos and information. So it was good because it kind of was like all kind of follow up really for me, like just to follow through and hear more of the same thing. So
right. So here's the vision behind this. Is just like Isagenix does the info Zoom meeting where they focus more on all 5 pillars and focus mainly on the health aspect. John and Lori have agreed to do this every Tuesday night to really focus on let's find people who want additional income, an actual business. And it was interesting on one of the masterminds, and I don't remember who shared it and where they heard the statistic, and I don't remember the number of the actual statistic, but it was talking about if people don't earn money with Isagenix, even if it's, staying at the consultant level, they'll eventually drop out. That commitment will go away. Now, I believe so strongly in the products, I can't imagine not ever having these products in my body. But you think about it too, we're also getting our products paid for, and we're getting that joy of helping people feel better. So if people don't get that vision, that's where they tend to fizzle out. And so that's kind of, I think, where this Own Your Life came from, is trying to get people in wanting the business, because then they get that reward for helping people both physically and like emotionally and financially. And so it's going to be a tool that they're going to have this going every Tuesday night. Now, I don't know if the two of them are going to get burnt out and ask, some of us to step up. But at this point, and I did watch last night, and last night's was exactly the same as the Tuesday before. So I think it's important for us to share this tool with our team and make sure they all watch it so they understand it and see it. And maybe it will turn the light bulb on with them. And then really what this tool is for is just like we would invite people to the Wednesday health Zoom that Isagenix does, this is the Tuesday night business Zoom that John and Lori are going to do. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have both of you been to the Own Your Life group?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Christy, I want to make sure you're on it. Let me find it. So here's the cool thing with this one. And I think we talked about this and you had your appointment or something last week that you weren't on. Yeah. Okay, let me put you in there because I don't have you in there. Okay, so I just added you to it. So here's the vision with this. The Own Your Life is another group. Now, they've changed, like in the past when you created a group, they could be public, private, or secret. There's a new category called Social Learning Group. So here's the cool thing with this one. So Own Your Life Group is similar to HHP in the fact that it's a tool to invite people to. So whether you invite them to this group before or after a Tuesday Zoom, I think the two go hand in hand together. But when you log into it, so if you guys are looking at it, the cool thing with this is that it's not as busy and like the thread doesn't just go crazy like it does in HHP, because with the Social Learning Group, what they do is they give you units. So we have 6 units. So there's one specifically for why network marketing. And like one is a Tony Robbins. I think the other is probably an Eric Worre. So this is just the business in general. Like why choose network marketing as an additional stream of income or your main stream of income? The second one is why Isagenix, how we are the company because we fit the niches, it's consumable, yada, yada, yada. And then the third unit are going to be personal business testimonies. And I'm pretty sure they're going to go through the whole mastermind group and have all of us put our testimonies in there. But this is where, it's everybody's story and they're trying to make them under 3 minutes. And then they have the Start Your Life for the young kids, the Retire Wealthy for the retirees, and Enterprising Women. So the cool thing with this one is, to me, it's so much more organized than HHP. Like, I wish they could go back and redo HHP, and I don't know if they can now make it a social learning group. But I don't think it's going to be as crazy and like notifications going off. And I think it's much more user-friendly and not overwhelming. So I think the more we use these two hand in hand, the better it's going to be. So for those of you who are watching this recording on line of the group coaching, I'm going to add, because I'm looking at people who aren't in here. So like Julie Ash, Jen Pashota, Val Fisk, and Marcy, I'm adding you guys right now. That way you'll get a feel for it, and you can start adding people to it now. Obviously, you're still going to have to track who you add in there, just like you do HHP, and do the follow-up work with them. But I think the two of these together could be huge for our businesses. And I know I hear on stage all the time, you're one enrollment away from your next, Susan Sly, Tracy O'Malley, Chris Harder. Like, you never know who that person is that's going to come on your team to just catch the vision and explode. So do you guys like this Own Your Life plan?
Yeah, I've been kind of going through it and watching some of the videos and stuff like that. So there's a lot to click on and look at. I'm just kind of curious about all of it, so.
Right. And that is a good idea for all of us to do. Some of these are taken off of the ISA movie.
Yeah.
Obviously the business testimonials are personal testimonials. And then obviously Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins one. So they grabbed a combination of a bunch of things.
Well, and also if you click on stuff, it directs you to other places to go watch other like YouTube videos and things like that.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah. So one was Eric Worre.
Mm-hmm. It probably took you to GoPro or something.
Yeah, it wasn't GoPro though. It was something else. But of course it had something to do with that. But then of course everything under that had something to do with GoPro. But yeah, so again gives you like links to other motivational or leaders, speakers, and things like that.
Okay, awesome. And like Christy, knowing that Sam kind of is excited and sharing, this is both the Tuesday night call and this are some great tools to share with him. And if you want me to add him to the page, I can do that as well. But I think, of all of the people on your team, I think he has the strongest excitement, transformation, and wanting to share. So the more we can groom them to, and the other thing that we all talked about is this is so easy and duplicatable. Like if you can enroll somebody off of this system, then they're going to do it because that's what they did, and so it just makes it so much easier. And I think that's what could really get the ball rolling for some people.
Yeah, you could add them.
Okay.
I'm sure you can.
Tell me his last name again.
Johnston.
And I said Sean, I mean Sam. He looks like a Sean to me that I have the hardest time not calling him Sean. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. So you knew who I was talking about. Yeah. Okay, and Julie, you did register for NYKO, correct?
I did.
Yay! That was another victory. And just so you know, Christy, Randy did reach out to Sam like, hey, I know Christy's not going, but if there's any chance you could go. And he said not at this time, but we figured with his excitement, it was worth a reach out. And especially because I have 2 or 3 guys that I'm trying to reach out to. And if I could get a couple of them to say yes, we could put them together in rooms. Okay. But unfortunately, that wasn't a yes. And then your room situation got figured out too, correct, Julie?
Yes, I'm full. Yeah, we're in a room 4.
Okay. Jill Kerwin, so this is the funny part, she bought her airplane ticket first.
I know.
So I'm pretty sure her room situation is settled now too, that I've thrown her in another room with some other people under Mastermind. And Laura Holacek, who is under Autumn in Iowa, who is on the Sunday night calls, she is still considering coming. And I have not heard about Julie Ash. So we still may have 2 other people, but I think there's still room in the room Jill's in. But if you guys hear of anybody else wanting to go, let me know, because I'm in constant talk with the Mastermind people like, hey, who has room in their rooms?
Okay.
Okay, I want to switch in, I think I did it in ISA Journey. I did that poll of the January meeting. I haven't looked at that lately, and it surprised me because I really expected people to say They wanted a Saturday, and almost everybody was picking
Tuesday.
the Tuesday. So I give first priority to you guys because you invest your time in coaching. Is that Tuesday what you're thinking is your best fit?
Yeah.
Christy, do you know, do Tuesdays work better than Saturdays, or every day's kind of a crapshoot?
It all depends on if Gary's traveling or not. And I mean, I've been letting Kylie babysit for us lately. So if Gary's not around and Kylie's not busy with whatever sport she has going on,
Okay.
So I just have to wait and see.
Okay. And I know they probably wouldn't prefer it, but just so you know, I never care if people bring kids. I'd rather them come with the kids than not come. So I don't want that to ever be people's excuse why not. So I finally found it. So we have 5 people who said Tuesday, 3 people said Thursday, nobody said Saturday. So
I'm
we're
fine with either Tuesday or Thursday. So if it's easier for people to do, I just put Tuesday because I just picked the one. It doesn't matter to me.
well, and then there were a couple other people saying any of them work for her. So I think since the majority is Tuesday, let's call it Tuesday, January 22nd. So that will be the next team meeting. And I did save my notes where we're going to kind of go over, a bunch of things together. I just got to find where I put them. But, it's going to be partial NYKO recap, but then also, working on stuff like you guys talked about, Christy, of clicking that purple button, becoming an associate, what maybe backtrack a little, what does it mean to cycle? Like doing some vision casting that way to really help people see what is all entailed in building a business, and hopefully get our team to want to do that as well. So I think, using NYKO recap is the hook to get people in is probably the best hook. And then we'll also do some business building in there as well.
Cool.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other suggestions?
No.
I figured next week would probably be our last one. Oh, I know what else I want to talk about. And then we'll take a break. So, and then I'm thinking we can resume like the 9th, with the group coaching when kids are back in school. I'm going to put it here so I don't forget. But again, please reach out to your team, especially people like Debbie and Sam and people who are interested, to see if they want to jump on either the Wednesday or Sunday group coaching calls. That again, the more duplicatable, the more people beyond us we add to this group coaching, I think we all grow together and get to serve each other better. So I've been playing with this. I think I'm going to work on a survey and send it out via Constant Contact that you can even just share that with your team. But I'm kind of going to do let's reevaluate, like, how is your belief in the products? How's your journey going? Do you have a desire to get your products paid for? Do you have a desire for a second stream of income? Are you interested in going deep and running to executive and want accountability? So I think I'm going to do a survey and send it to everybody. And I know this from the past, we'll maybe get 10 to 20% we'll send back. But you guys can duplicate if you want to send to your team or create your own. But I think kind of that January, it's that new beginning. Where are you? Do you need a reset on the health part? And hey, are you ready to start earning some money with it? Like, and we've learned, in fact, I loved the one at ICU. Carla Italiano was a product user for 5 years before she said yes to the business. And now she's like 5-star. So, you never know when people are going to come around and be like, life has happened. My husband has less hours, whatever. Or I get so excited sharing this with friends, whatever it may be. It changes over time. So just even if somebody said no to you a year ago, like, no, I have no interest in getting my products paid for, revisit that because you don't know what's happened in their life and that could have changed.
Good idea.
So we'll talk again next week, then we'll take off a couple weeks and then we'll resume back January 9th and we will do the team meeting on January 22nd. Great. And I'll probably start it at 7 versus 7:30 just because we're going to have a lot to cover coming off of NYKO.
Okay, cool.
All right. Have a great day, ladies, and we'll chat next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.